Apparently, this is the time of the service where we burn the sanctuary down. No, just kidding. Actually, sort of. I do have fire involved. But anyway, last month, as you recall, we did our kids' sermon. The distance we were from the object made a big difference on what we could see and what we couldn't see and that type of thing. And so I'm really happy because this morning we are going to, since the beginning of COVID, we haven't done this, but I'm going to ask the kids to come on down. Fill in over here, guys. But leave me a little bit of space for my fire. Yeah, I'm going to need to get by. I'm going to need some space. Look out. Oh, wow, there's a lot of you guys, and you guys are really close. What are you doing? Well, you're going to watch up close this time. All right, so we're going to do this. Wow. Okay, you got to stay down, guys. Everybody wants to see. You'll be able to see this regardless, okay? Of whether you're right here. Don't put them too close to the edge. Okay. It does involve fire. Come on. There we go. Just got to want it. So, VBS is tonight, by the way. Let me mention a few things. If you guys are... Well, first off, one thing I would like to mention is I forgot to ask for newspapers. So when you go home today, do not throw your Sunday paper away, but bring it here before next Tuesday night. If you would be willing to do that, that would be grand. And if you have a pile of papers, bring them here before next Tuesday night, because we could really use some newspapers for one of the things we're doing. All of the volunteers and your families, 5 o'clock is dinner. If you're not planning on coming to dinner, please be here by 5:40. And because we're going to be in the sanctuary here, and we're going to pray and kind of get ready for the evening. So 5 o'clock for dinner, 5:40 in here, and then if you're just bringing your kids or whatever, it's 6 o'clock for them to come. Okay. All right. So I have baking soda. Wow. Wow.
Why did you bring baking soda?
Why did I bring baking soda? Because I'm going to do this. Am I going to explode it? Wow, the expectations, man. Okay, so I've got some baking soda in here, and I've got some vinegar. What's going to happen, guys?
Oh, no.
Okay, we're gonna kind of contain it here. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Well, kind of. Whoa. That's kind of fun, huh? Kind of watch it all bubble. It didn't explode, you're right. I didn't want it to explode. So here's what I want you guys to do, and it's important that you're up close. I want you guys to watch this. Ready? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Wow. What are you seeing?
You're pouring anything?
Are you sure?
Why are you going out of the baking soda?
Are you sure there's nothing going on?
Yes, there's nothing going on.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't think there's anything in here?
I think there is. There's nothing in there. There is. Clear.
Oop, there goes one.
What?
Oop, there goes two.
I know what is in there. She's vinegar in there.
Oops, there goes three.
I know what she's doing.
Do you see anything in there?
No.
But there must be something in there because something put those out.
There's vinegar on the tip.
No, there's no vinegar. You watched it. You guys watched closely because I brought you up so you could watch me closely. It's not necessarily, well, it is partially air, but it's not just air because otherwise it would have gone out in the first place, right? So there is something that happened in here.
You put in baking soda, you put it in there, and it came it out.
I put baking soda in there, and I put vinegar, and there was a chemical reaction. And the product of that chemical reaction was carbon dioxide, CO2.
Carbon dioxide went into.
And the carbon dioxide is heavier than air, although it's invisible. And so I poured the carbon dioxide into the empty container, and it displaced the air that was in there because it's heavier than air. And then I used it to put these out because the fire needs oxygen to burn. Okay, so now here's the thing though. Did you guys see it?
No.
But you saw it.
Yeah. We saw the candles go out, and we didn't see anything in there.
Wait, so you didn't see it, but you saw it.
Yeah.
Right, okay, all right, that's my point. All right, so sometimes we don't realize, and I brought you guys up close so you could see it up close. Sometimes we don't realize how close God is. We don't realize He is near, He is in our lives, He is doing things, He is busy in our lives, but we just don't see it. And that doesn't mean it's not going on. And it doesn't mean that He's not preparing things. And it doesn't mean that He's not working in your life and through your life and changing you and changing others because of you. It just means sometimes when we go through every day, we just don't maybe see it. There's a scripture in Acts, and Paul the Apostle here is preaching in Athens, okay? And these guys have a whole bunch of different gods. And they've got gods to this and gods to that and gods to this and just a whole bunch. And then they have a little shrine or a little place for the unknown God. That's the oops, if we forgot somebody God. Just in case we've got all these gods up there, and just in case we forgot somebody, we're going to do this one over here. It's like the generic catch-all. And so Paul the Apostle says, I've noticed, I've walked through your place, and there's this one place, this one, you have this to the unknown God. That's the one I want to tell you about. And then he goes on and he talks about this God who created everything, who formed each of us out of one man, Adam, and how, we were separated on all of these type of things, and he has no needs himself. And then he created us, and then he goes on to say, his purpose was for the nations to seek after God. He had that special close relationship with Israel because he wanted the other nations to look on to Israel and say, wow, they've got something special. They're close to God, and look at what that close relationship brings. And the desire of God was so that the nations would seek after God and perhaps feel their way toward Him and find Him. And this is the line I want to talk about. Though He is not far from any one of us. He's not far from any one of us. We just don't always see Him. And so in those times when you think, God, where are you? I don't know what's going on, and I don't understand. I trust you, and I'm praying to you, but I'm not seeing anything. It doesn't look like there's anything going on. God is faithful. There is stuff going on. And at some point, you're going to see it. You're going to see the evidence of it. All right? God bless you guys.